Hey, this is this, and I just, well, like everyone else, just got done watching the PS4 so-called reveal. I'll get back to that in a moment. Okay, I'm just gonna put my thoughts out here. You know, what do I think? Video, and what do I think? Eh. I mean, it wasn't a spectacular presentation, but it wasn't disappointing neither. And I would put it halfway. If I had a thumbs up, thumbs down, I'd have thumb halfway. Meaning I didn't hate it, I didn't necessarily like it. What did I think? Oh boy. Okay, the parts I liked. Well, yeah, the games look nice, great. Most of them were what we expected, and the new Watchdog video was a little disappointing, but it was there. And I liked what they had done. And I liked how they said they were trying to help out developers more and make it more developer friendly. Thank you, Sony, for that. Which means that they're dropping the cell processor. That's extremely good news, by the way. And the controller looks good. I'll give it that. It looks good. A little funky, but it's not a bad controller. What I didn't like, two things were missing that was very important. And, well, I did like one part of it where they said holiday 2013, which means that I beat a certain somebody out there who kept telling me it was going to happen in 2013 and 14. Let's just say I ain't going to hear from him for a while, or his dumbass friends. But what was funny is a lot of things that I predicted, especially the 8 gigs of RAM. I knew they were going to use DDR5 because they used that XDR RAM for the PlayStation 3. And, well, if they're going to have to beef up the RAM, they're just going to have to use DDR5 RAM. I'm pretty much suspect that the Xbox 720 is going to use DDR4, or maybe just stick with 3. Oh yeah, and the processor will be a die onto the GPU, which means they're overpowering the GPU and slightly underpowering the CPU, even though it's going to be an 8-core CPU. And the reason for this is it looks like they're using a GPU just like the Wii U is. So yeah, all my expectations and pretty much everything I knew and I figured out what was going to happen did in fact happen, except for the Blizzard stuff. But that's just a big, huge box of fail on Blizzard's side. Blizzard should have just introduced, I don't know, StarCraft Ghost or something, not Diablo 3. I mean, the game was already somewhat of a fail on the PC. And it's not going to really have that much enhanced graphics on the PlayStation 4 or 3. Well, okay, maybe the 3, have some graphical problems, but the 4, no. Whatever. I didn't get it. It's just going to be forgotten and shelved. Uh, the rest of the games looked great, but like I said, I have to finally get to what I hated because I kind of pushed that off. And here's what I hated. It was a little disappointing because I was hoping Sony would do this at least. Show the fucking console. They did a worse job than Nintendo did. I mean, we all know that Nintendo, when they showed the Wii U controller, that they put the Wii U console all the way in the back of some corner, and everybody thought it was just a an add-on for the regular Wii, which would be impossible because the Wii will not be able to even dual screen. So morons who didn't understand that part of technology were thinking that it was just an add-on to the Wii. But Sony just didn't show the fucking thing. That did kind of tick me off. But I would let it slide only if they had shown me the fucking price. Ugh. I liked it said holiday 2013, by the way. That's gonna make fucking X Microsoft sweat some fucking bullets, and I mean they're gonna be sweating some shit now. And we already know OpenGL 4.0 and DirectX 11 has a GPU in it, so there's most likely going to be doing the same goddamn thing. Not very powerful CPU and overpowered GPU. Hmm. I know that's going to piss off a certain somebody now that it's been confirmed. Sam, Samuel. Enough of me gloating. But yeah, I mean, even if they didn't show me the console, I would have liked to have seen the price of the console. I would have really liked to have seen that. I like that it's developer friendly and all, but I need a good price. If there's not a good price point, I'm not invested in it. If I mean, if they say 5.99 or 6.99, God forbid 7.99, Sony ain't gonna survive. They're dead. But if they at least have somewhere about 400, 100, 200, 3, that's a good price point. 300 is good. And there's a good chance that they may cut it down to 300. Then there's possibly 4 or even 500. Well, 500's pushing it. But my best guess is Sony's going to try to hopefully cut it down in price because we all know what happened when what's his name got up there and said 5.99 and it's all over YouTube. So I'm going to hope to get a low price point on the PS4 and hope that we get a good price point. As of now, I can't say anything. I mean, but I am happy that they finally showed off the PS4. Finally showed off pretty much most of the specs, and pretty much a lot of people came out right on this one, and pretty much stopped a bunch of screaming idiots from yelling down everybody's throat saying some of the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. Just pay attention to technology and do some fucking research before spouting your mouth out and saying stupid shit. But if it comes at a good low price point, even within the $400 range, I'll get me a PS4. Hands down, I'll buy it on day one if I can, which most likely I won't be able to because I live in a small town and people don't give a shit about this place at all. But I'm generally pleased with all the shit they showed, but it kind of is a little bit weighed against it due to the fact that no price was shown, or even the console for some bizarre reason. It dumbfounds me why. But there you go. Hopefully, I'll get a good cheap PlayStation, or I mean, a good priced PlayStation, and not something way the fuck overpriced. And hopefully, we'll get a removable hard drive, or if it comes down to it, a USB hard drive. Either which way, good for me. Or maybe both, which would be a really good deal. See ya.